So we've been huge Bob Marley fans since we were just little kids, and we feel the need to talk about some of his lessons. He's honestly like one of the most inspiring people I've ever known. I don't even know him, but I feel like I do, you know?
Yeah, well, he's inspired so many people through his countless tracks he put out, and
Oh yeah.
he put all of his teachings into his music, and there's so many lessons to be learned from what he made. And the amount of songs he put out in a year, it was amazing.
Tremendous. Yeah, he had a
really good.
short career. He only had like 15 years of like actual playing, and then he passed away. I mean, for me, man, one that I really enjoy is he was in an interview, and somebody was asking him like, oh, what would you say to like people who want money, you know, like money in the bank, like, are you wealthy? He said, wealth isn't money. You know, I don't need money to be wealthy. And the guy proved it too. He was extremely popular, but he almost barely made money.
Yep, a lot of the money he either said keep it to the venues, or he immediately put the money that he did receive towards his family or straight into music.
Yeah, back into like the tour bus or whatever he might need to spread his message, right? I like the one song, Trenchtown Rock, man. That one's awesome.
Yeah.
Cause I watched the movie, and it's like him explaining the scene of this place called Trenchtown, right? And it was like kind of like a ghetto area, but everyone came together and played some reggae music, and it kind of lightened up the mood. And what were the lyrics there? It's like, one good thing about music, when
it hits, you feel no pain.
When it hits, you feel no pain. Yeah,
yeah, that's a good message. It's the one thing that you can actually escape in is music without any negative repercussion. Sure, you can smoke dope, you can drink all you want, but they're gonna have negative repercussions.
Also, when he says when it hits you, you feel no pain, it also kind of has the connotation that it takes away any existing pain. You know what I mean? It's not only that music is painless, it could actually take you away from your pain. Yep. And I think really what it does, man, is it puts you in the moment. That's what music does. For me, anyways. When I listen to music, I'm not really thinking about my next paycheck or, you know, feeding my cats or like eating. I don't even think about that. I think about what I'm doing right now, and I kind of just add the soundtrack to that. Like when I was running yesterday, I was not thinking about what's going on at home. I was just outside running with music in my headphones, and it puts you in the moment. And when you're in the moment, you feel no pain, because there is no pain in the moment, unless you're bleeding or you just got stabbed or something like that.
I think that with music, and especially Bob Marley's music, I don't think it's something that like brings you into the moment. I think it sets the moment. Sets the mood. It makes a moment.
That's what I tried to. Yeah, that's kind of what I tried to say. Is that it's the soundtrack to that moment.
Exactly.
It kind of like it completely changes the mood of that moment.
Yep.
I've noticed that like, just me and him, like when we're hanging out, it's nowhere near like it gets weird. Not weird. Sorry. It gets like deep. We start talking about deep things when we throw like a psychedelic album or a reggae album or something like that. Pink Floyd, Tame Impala, that kind of music. If we throw that on, it takes away all pain, and we kind of just put meaning to the moment, you know? And that's what I've noticed about a lot of music, is like when you listen to it, it puts meaning to what's going on.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's why music with emotion is so popular, man.
It's absolutely, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that's going on, you will make your own message through a song just by hearing the lyrics. It doesn't matter if the song has a completely different meaning. You will associate your own meaning to the song, and it really helps you understand things and sometimes come to conclusions or make decisions based off of the message you've extracted from the song. And that's what's amazing about Bob Marley's music. He not only delivers messages, but he also tells stories at the same time.
I love that. Yeah.
He'll tell a story, or he'll teach a lesson, or
a lot of them are like real deep moments that anyone can relate with. It doesn't even matter if you're dealing with the government, if you're dealing with the Jamaican government at the time with the I don't even know what was going on, a lot of anarchy and stuff like that.
Well, the civil war that was happening at the time with the two. it was a blood and Crips moment with the two sides of Jamaica fighting.
Yeah,
and then
he
the government
sang about it a lot.
And it got him into some serious shit down the line too,
Really?
because he played. I don't remember if it was. Yeah, I think it was. He played a song or a concert. He played a concert for one side of the gang without knowing, and then the other side was like, "What the fuck? I thought you weren't choosing sides," and he got shot for it.
Wow.
Just because
I remember that.
He got tricked into picking a side. And he tried making a peace concert to bring the two sides of Jamaica together. And it was really funny. It was not funny, but I mean, it was funny looking. But it was a touching moment. Seeing those tall white men holding hands up on stage and this short black guy holding their hands together.
Yeah, dude, that's kind of like what's the song? Real Situation. Check out The Real Situation. The Nation's Wars or something like that.
Yeah,
and it kind of just brings light to what he said in that song was kind of like, don't look at the bad side of things, check out the real situation that's actually going on, because so many people they'll focus on that little thing that's negative when there's something bigger going on, there's something real happening, right?
Exactly.
And I love that album, Uprising, man. It was all about the Civil War, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Uprising?
that's what was going on at the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and also on that album he had the lyrics, when one door is closed, another is open. And that's deep, man. That's straight up about that could be about death, transitioning to anything, any sort of transition. It just means that nothing ends, it just turns into something else. When something dies, it turns into dirt, which breeds life for a plant or something.
Yeah, and even something as simple as when something bad happens in your life, know that there is something waiting for you of equal positivity, you know?
And I like how a lot of them are just affirmations. Like, let's get together and feel all right, or every little thing's gonna be okay, or whatever, all right?
Yeah.
All of those songs are straight up affirmations. They're just they're getting you to say the words. And when you do say those words, you feel all right. It's awesome. I think a lot more music should sound like that and not about pointless things.
And One Love is a song that most people know Bob Marley by. It's one of his most famous songs, along with Three Little Birds and No Woman No Cry. But it's probably the one song that if you mention, everyone's going to know Bob Marley by.
Absolutely.
And the song isn't just about what it sounds like, just forget your problems and everything will be cool. It's also about the fact that we are all one species. We are one people. One love. It's supposed to be the joining of all humans as a species. The fact that we can all love as one. We can all be one.
And I love that, man. That message is honestly the message everyone should live by. If everyone just lived by love, everything would be okay. Everything. If you ate food by love, meaning you're not causing the death and suffering of other people, other beings. If you are walking down the street with love, everything, everything. If you're talking to people with love, if you're buying things with love, if you're sharing with love, everything, one love. It just means that we're all coming together as one, and let's feel all right.
That's all it is. If you were to do
simple.
this, that's exactly how we're going to feel. We're going to feel all right.
A lot of people, they take it in the way of one love just means that you only have one love, soulmate kind of thing. That's what everyone takes it as. But it's a lot deeper than that.
Absolutely.
And oh man, there's something about just love, getting together. That's what love is, man. It's straight up connection. Separation is the opposite of love. But when things come together, that is love.
And to touch on the subject of relationship, Bob Marley even wrote some sadder things. He's talking about his experiences in the love department.
In the love department.
But Waiting in Vain, he was talking about how fell in love with a girl, and he expressed his love for this girl, but she didn't love him back. And he was waiting for her to love him back, but it never came. And any man in the friend zone understands that a little too well.
Yeah,
But
and songs like that could honestly, because one of the biggest things is like talking to somebody about your problems, and if they can relate, that's like one of the best feelings.
Mhm.
Because then there's something about connection, like talking to people about things. It's like when something bad happens, you want to talk to somebody about it. When something good happens, you also want to talk to somebody about
Exactly.
it. You can't be alone. When you just buy a new suit, you're not gonna like sit in front of the mirror and like strut all day in front of the mirror on your own. You're gonna go out and like show people, hey man, I got this new suit, right? And same thing with your problems. I got all these problems. Relate with me. And that's another big thing
Yeah.
about music, is you can see that other people have the same kind of problems, and
Exactly.
you can relate on that level. You're not the only one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can take the message of that song a couple different ways, but that is the way that you can relate to it the best, is knowing that somebody else doesn't love you the same way as you do, and you're just waiting for some sign that they feel the same way about you, you know? I keep looking at you as if this is relatable, but you and it's good. I kind of creep myself out.
Sign.
Some sign, love me, please, Cameron. No, but you know, it's just, I don't know where I was going.
Where were you going with that?
I don't remember.
I think maybe it means wait it out, don't make assumptions. Because a lot of people, they just make assumptions like, oh, they're not calling me back. They must fucking hate me. They hate me so much they want to kill me. Like, why am I even alive? You know?
A little dramatic. Okay.
That was a little dramatic, but you know what I mean. The idea that when somebody does something and you have no context, you kind of make assumptions and your brain starts. It's the saying, "The coward dies 1,000 deaths." Just means like you're running it through your head 1,000 times and you're feeling like shit about it 1,000 times, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bob Marley.
Marley's got a lot, and this
Making
is
us
just scraping the
The
surface.
tip of the iceberg. Yeah, like there's so much more that we just came here and sat down and said what's at the top of our heads right now. Like we don't. There's so much more if you just look into it, right?
Yep.
Um.
So go check out his music.
Yeah,
please.
please do it. Like
Yeah, because he's got a lot to share. I have 2 Bob Marley records that I listen to at home that are amazing,
Mhm.
and pop the vinyl on and listen, and you hear everything that he was feeling. You understand everything that he's trying to get across to you, his lessons, his experiences, and all it is to have you learn, and that's what we want here, is for you to learn, to
And
grow.
Yeah, we all want to grow together, and
Exactly.
that's
he
one
may
thing.
he may be dead, but he can help you grow.
Basically, yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I don't think he's dead, man. I mean, like, obviously his physical body is gone, but when one door is closed, another is open. He's clearly living
Good
on.
link. That was good. Wrapping back around. Good.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this. We really hope that you will go listen to Bob Marley, because it will change your life if
Yep.
you allow it. A lot of people, they just think Bob Marley is about pot, but really, honestly, pot's just a way of, it's like an expression, you know?
Yeah.
That's basically what it was.
It's what
not-
he used to open his mind.
Yeah.
And it was a very religious thing for him. It was a way to get closer to God.
Exactly, because the human mind's it's only so powerful, and when you intoxicate it, as bad as that might sound, you access areas of the brain that weren't accessed before. That's why, you know, he smoked so much pot, and
Yep.
even then he didn't even smoke that much. But that's a topic for another day, probably. I don't know. So, yeah,
Go listen to Bob
go
Marley.
listen to Bob Marley.
It could very well change your life, and really just be open-minded.
That's one of the biggest things.
And
is be
listen.
open-minded. Yeah, 'cause
Really listen.
you can say no to things, but first allow it in, and then if it resonates with you, allow it back out and share that with others.